What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and welcome back to my 2016 End of the Year series. Today we're going to be covering my nominees for the best game I never played. And this one's particularly fun for me because though I'm fortunate enough to play a lot of games throughout the year, I don't get to play them all. And that's either due to lack of interest when they release, or I'm just too into another game or other games that I just never really get around to playing it. So these are games that have caught my attention throughout the year, either due to its commercial or critical success, or there's just a lot of people talking about them. And they're also games that I honestly do really want to play. So without further ado, let's dive into the list of my nominees for the best game I never played. And in no particular order, the first game on the list is Final Fantasy 15. I used to be a pretty big fan of Final Fantasy games, especially during the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 days. I loved Final Fantasy 7, dabbled in Final Fantasy 8, played a little bit of 10, also dabbled a little bit in some of the NES and SNES games, some of the older ones. But come the Xbox 360, PS3 generation on, I didn't really have an interest in Final Fantasy. But with Final Fantasy 15's story, that's what really captures me. And I'm not really talking about the game story, I'm talking about just the story about the game's development. This is a game that's been in development for, what was it, almost a decade or more? And now it's finally here. A lot of people have been waiting for this game for so long and are so excited about it. And it's been pretty well received for the most part. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. And though for me, there are some things about the game that doesn't look that interesting, I think it looks fun. I've watched some gameplay and I want to try it out. Next up on the list is Batman the Telltale series. Now I have a confession to make, and that is that I have never played through an entire season of a Telltale game. Really the only Telltale game I've played is the first episode of The Walking Dead, and mostly because I've just never really sat down to just get through them all. I actually own the majority of the games. I've just never put in the time to play through them. I know they're games I'm gonna like. I know they're all really good stories. I've just never put the time because I'm usually playing something else. But with Batman, it's really caught my attention because a lot of people are talking about it and it's supposed to be really good. I love Batman. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes, and this seems like a really cool story around Batman that I get to interact with and make cool choices on. Now earlier this year when I went to PAX West or PAX Prime, I actually caught the last half of a crowd play of the first episode of Batman the Telltale series. And this is where they play through the first episode of the game, but the crowd is actually involved and helps shout out making some of those choices. And it was such a cool experience because everyone's just so involved in this story, and it looked really good from what I saw. Best part about going to that panel was afterward, they actually gave away codes, free copies for the entire Batman the Telltale series. So I actually have it, it's just on PC. And that might be one of the other reasons why I probably haven't played it yet. The next game on my list is Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is a game that I passed up on release, and even though I enjoyed my time during the multiplayer beta, I thought the multiplayer was fun, I had some fun with it, I just didn't see myself putting in a lot of time with it, especially with some of the other games I knew I was super excited about coming out after Battlefield 1's release. Now, I'm a big Battlefield fan. I love the Bad Company campaigns, Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2. I think they're probably the best of the entire Battlefield series. I really wish they'd make Bad Company 3. But Battlefield 3 is what really drew me into the multiplayer, and I've been playing it ever since, you know, through Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, even through Battlefield Hardline, which I picked up. But the interesting thing with Battlefield 1 is that it's not the multiplayer that a lot of people are talking about. It's the campaign. Battlefield 1's campaign is what helped it get these really good reviews and why it's having that critical success. I even have a friend at work who picked up Battlefield 1, started playing the campaign, and told me just how awesome it is. And so I'm very interested in this campaign. I want to experience it and see what all this commotion's all about. 2016 has been an interesting year for first-person shooter campaigns. I mean, we had Doom, which is an awesome campaign. Infinite Warfare, despite my distaste for Call of Duty's multiplayer and the hate just around Call of Duty and Infinite Warfare in general, Critically, a lot of people have loved the campaign and said it's fantastic. Titanfall 2's campaign was really good, and now Battlefield 1 has an awesome campaign. It's crazy. Now, this next game on my list is probably one you may not have heard about, and that is Owlboy. Owlboy kind of came out of nowhere. It's a PC exclusive, which is probably one of the reasons why I haven't played it yet. And it's a platformer done in that 16-bit pixelated art style, which I personally love. And it seems like a game I could really get into. Critically, Owlboy has gotten really good reviews. I think it sits between an 8 and a 9. And though I haven't heard a ton of talk about it, it's supposed to be a really good game. I pulled up some Twitch streams of it, watched some gameplay, and I think it looks awesome. So this is a game I really want to play. I don't know if this game's coming out for the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, but I sure hope it does. And I can tell you that if it does, I will play it sooner rather than later. Y'all know I'm not much of a PC gamer, but if it doesn't, I might just have to buck up, plug the controller into the PC, and play this one. And finally, last but not least on the list is Batman VR. The sad thing about this game is that I actually own it. I have Batman VR. Now, with the PlayStation VR, I was fortunate enough to get one on launch, and that launch week I played it. My wife enjoyed it, I enjoyed it, and since then I've probably only played it once or twice, and the main reason for that is because I can't really play it for a long time because I tend to get a little motion sickness or just a little bit of nausea after a bit. And it's mostly due to that I haven't felt compelled to go back and play it, let alone spend what I think is supposed to be an hour-long game playing Batman VR. But regardless of that, Batman VR is supposed to be awesome, and it's a game I know I'll love. I mean, who doesn't want to be Batman? I love Batman. I've said it earlier in this video. Batman's one of my favorite superheroes, and Batman VR, I get to be Batman, the detective. It's freaking awesome. So I just need to just man up and play this game. Especially since, I own it. I have no excuse. It's just sad. And there you guys have it. Those are the nominees for the best game I should have played in 2016. Let me know what games you didn't get to play that you really want to play down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next video up tomorrow, continuing our 2016 end of the year series. Until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online.
Now come up, it's 80 you now if you whip it, put your hands up. All the fly ladies to the front, go ahead and stand up. Fellas, if you see the one you want, it's time to man up. Like hey, oh, and if you see